Coming up,
tuition and fees at America's colleges have more than doubled.
President Obama talks student loans, and Governor Schweitzer in New York. That's up next on Fox 5 News at 9.
Your first local news at 9 starts right now, only on Fox 5 at 9.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Emily Scarlett. Today is the second day of jury selection for the trial of a Great Falls man who was charged with killing a 2-year-old little girl. Defense attorneys and prosecutors still making their final decision on the group of people who will decide the fate of David Wayne Hyslop. Hyslop is charged with deliberate homicide in the death of October Perez, who was the 2-year-old daughter of his girlfriend at the time. October died of head injury suffered while in Hyslop's care in June of last year. Hyslop is accused of leaving the injured girl in her room for a lengthy period of time until her mother returned and called 911. Several months prior to the girl's death, she suffered a broken arm, which police investigated as a possible case of child abuse. Hyslop's own children were removed from his custody in Oklahoma. The trial for Hyslop will likely begin this week as soon as the jury selection concludes. Moving into weather, Chief Meteorologist Adam Coslin is here with the first look at our forecast.
Well, good evening. We've been enjoying some pretty nice weather, but it looks like we're about to reshuffle the cards. Here's what's coming up in your Fox weather first. Very warm temperatures to report, not only for today, but again tomorrow. The heat's going to start to slip as we take a look at some isolated storms in our forecast. These shower chances continue into the late weekend. We'll experience a pretty quick cool down. We'll have the details on that in your Weather Authority. Emily, back to you.
Thanks, Adam. Across the nation this week, people are raising awareness about domestic violence and reaching out to victims of crime. In Great Falls today, authorities met with the public to talk about how they're addressing domestic violence and helping victims of abuse. Deputy County Attorney Steve Bolstad spoke to the audience along with the Great Falls Police Department representative. After that, a documentary aired highlighting the needs of crime victims. A recent onslaught of domestic and child abuse cases in the city have led to concern among residents and legislators who were able to ask the speakers about the issue.
It's our opportunity as a state and as communities to provide public awareness events and let individuals know that if they have been the victim of crime, there are people here to help them.
President Ronald Reagan designated this week for crime victims in 1981 to bring awareness to the plight of abused men, women, and children on a national scale. This week, Governor Schweitzer is in New York City to promote the Treasure State. In preparation for this summer's travel season, he's encouraging people to visit Montana. Today, he handed out promotional material in Times Square. He even snapped a photo with New York's famous naked cowboy. For the next 3 years, large and small trucks wrapped with Montana images will be traveling throughout the Northeast. Schweitzer also promoting the United Airlines Newark to Bozeman flight, which will begin in June. And the governor will be appearing on the David Letterman show tomorrow night. Officials are confirming a fourth case of mad cow in the U.S. Today, the U.S. Agriculture Department discovered a dairy cow with mad cow disease in Central California. Food inspection authorities say the cow did not enter into the food chain. Anyone who eats part of an animal with the infection could possibly suffer brain disease.
First off, this particular animal did not enter the food supply at any time, so there is no concern about that. In addition, the safety of our food is addressed through our interlocking safeguards and through the removal of any type of material that could taint the BSE agent in the United States. Therefore, we continually protect public health through the removal of these materials.
The USDA has notified authorities at the World Organization for Animal Health and U.S. trading partners. The housing market's still in trouble, causing buyers to think more about becoming renters. Today's K-Show report showing home prices hitting new cycle lows, falling about 0.8% in February. New homes represent less than 10% of the housing market, but they have a big impact on the economy. Each home built creates an average of 3 jobs each year, and they generate about $90,000 in tax revenue.
We have a big supply of housing after all this building, and it's weighing on us now, and it may take a long time to come before we'll actually see substantial price increases.
The Commerce Department also reporting today sales of new homes fell in March by the largest amount in more than a year. President Barack Obama embarks on a college town blitz, making his first stop at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. The commander-in-chief targeting student debt, an enormous burden threatening the economic recovery. He's strongly urging Congress to preserve the low interest rate on subsidized student loans, noting unless lawmakers act, the rate is scheduled to double July 1st.
When a big chunk of every paycheck goes towards loan debt, that's not just tough on you, that's not just tough for middle-class families, it's not just tough on your parents, it's painful for the economy. Michelle and I, we've been in your shoes. Like I said, we didn't come from wealthy families. So when we graduated from college and law school, we had a mountain of debt. When we married, we got poor together.
But not everyone's applauding. A South Carolina man gets a visit from the Secret Service after spray painting "Kill Obama" on his mobile home. Agents descending over the weekend on the quiet town of Warrenville after being summoned by local authorities. The phrase "Kill Obama" emblazoned in bright red letters twice across a trailer belonging to Walter L. Jones III. Jones claiming the message was not a threat against the president, but an acronym for something else, something he could no longer remember. Jones also describing himself as slightly mentally impaired. The Aiken County Sheriff says all perceived threats have to be taken seriously.
Whether you dislike him or not, I mean, do you respect the office of the president?
I did learn that the individual has since spray painted over the threat, but, you know, he still made the threat. So there's still a concern there, and that information still needs to be forwarded on.
Threatening the President of the United States is a Class D felony. The Secret Service says the incident is still under investigation. Another huge victory for Mitt Romney. He wins all 5 states in today's GOP primaries. Fox News correspondent Jonathan Hunt has the details.
Mitt Romney sweeps all 5 northeastern states in the latest GOP primaries. The former Massachusetts governor winning New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and Delaware by large margins. His victory speech entitled, "A Better America," begins today.
Because after 43 primaries and caucuses, many long days, and more than a few long nights, I can say with confidence and gratitude that you have given me a great honor and solemn responsibility. And together we are going to win on November 6th.
Focusing on the fall campaign, the likely Republican presidential nominee continues to attack President Obama.
4 years ago, Barack Obama dazzled us in front of Greek columns with sweeping promises of hope and change. But after we came down to earth, after all the celebration and the parades, what do we have to show for 3.5 years of President Obama?
Newt Gingrich says he'll decide his next steps after these primaries, especially Delaware. The former House Speaker spending considerable time in that state in recent weeks. Following these latest results, he had this to say.
Governor Romney is going to have a very good night. And it's a night that he has worked hard for 6 years. And that if he does end up as the nominee, I think every conservative in this country has to be committed to defeating Barack Obama. I mean, let's be very clear about that.
Meanwhile, President Obama launching a 3-state tour, meeting with young voters on college campuses in North Carolina, Colorado, and Iowa. Those states expected to be key battlegrounds this fall. In New York, Jonathan Hunt, Fox News.
And we're campaigning tonight, but it's for your weather photos. Send them in at yourpictures@kfbb.com. We've got a beautiful snapshot here of the sunset. Did you get a glimpse of that tonight, Emily?
I didn't. I was actually here, but it looks great. Send more of those photos in.
All right, well, let's take a closer look, and we'll be back with your weather forecast next.
Your Weather Authority forecast continues right now on Fox 5 at 9.
Welcome back. Here's our tower cam. Not much activity here in Great Falls. Let's open our eyes a little wider, take a look at the expanded view here on our satellite and radar screen. And yeah, there's some showers, but it's really isolated and scattered showers on the map tonight. So let's move it in closer to home. We have reports of clear conditions in Great Falls, mostly cloudy in Lewistown. Also Miles City, Billings, a couple more clouds to the south.
and just scattered showers. We had storms earlier, things beginning to quiet down. High pressure's taken over, and the front to our north just kind of sitting still tonight, allowing for a very comfortable temperature. 66 in Lewistown outside right now, 63 in Great Falls and Havre. It's almost 70, 67 in Glasgow. Meanwhile, 57 in Ketbank, and it's 66 in Helena. Winds been gusty at times in the capital and up into Great Falls and also Ketbank, but things will begin to back off tonight as we lose this evening energy. So it'll be nice out there with lows in the 40s and 50s. Tomorrow, pop-up storms expected, but by Thursday and Friday, it's becoming more active again with a front moving through, driving down those temperatures and bringing back a mix of rain or snow in some valleys. 53 in Helena and Great Falls tonight. Elsewhere, keeping it in the 40s. Those are our lows. Look at tomorrow's highs. They look good. 77 in Great Falls, almost 80 in Helena, 73 in Lewistown, so it's very warm again. There could be a shower just skirting quickly through town in the afternoon. 74 in Conrad, 71 in Chester, 79 in Havre, 68 in Browning. Any spots that saw showers today will likely have this chance tomorrow. Cooler conditions moving into the north and east, but hey, we're still actually above average. 60s and 70s, 76 for Glasgow, 74 in Malta. Looks like a nice day on Thursday, but we'll have to keep an eye to the sky. Watch out for thunderstorms, and remember, when you hear thunder roar, move indoors. By Friday, cooler temperatures mean we're seeing rainfall and some spots even overnight snow as low temperatures dive near freezing, but quite the dramatic change with our afternoon highs, low 70s to 50. That's it. Saturday, 47, so the trend continues. Then we'll be able to reinflate things early next week, Sunday and Monday. Partly sunny, only looks like a minimal chance for any shower activity by that point. In Helena, though, could be a bit bumpy for Wednesday and Thursday, both days considering the threat of thunderstorms. High temperatures just kind of slowly losing steam here, and then Friday we really let the cap off of the lid, down to 51 degrees. Overnight temps from the 40s into the 30s. As we get into your weekend, looks like you'll need to keep an umbrella around Saturday for showers. Sunday we still may see lingering light rain or drizzle, 58, and then we're back into the 60s early next week. So moving it up and lingering light showers. KFBB.com, you can find our weather forecast there. Also, keep those pictures coming in. We'd love to see them. Emily, back to you.
Coming up next, are helmets really protecting our athletes? And Russell Brand in court for drugs. That's in tonight's entertainment update. Up next on Fox 5 News at 9.
First waxed, now the royal couple goes plastic. Russell Brand standing up for people addicted to drugs. Meanwhile, Lindsay Lohan's got a new gig. All that and more right now in tonight's entertainment update.
From the people who brought us Barbie and Ken, we now have William and Kate dolls, just in time for the royal couple's first wedding anniversary on April 29th. They've been reportedly selling like crazy online for $100 a pair. They'll be on store shelves the 29th. But you better get there early if you're a true royalist. The Mattel toy company started taking orders in February from people who had to have the dolls ahead of the anniversary. A London paper says dolls which were available for pre-orders are sold in the U.S. Actor, comedian, and former heroin addict Russell Brand wants his native England to adopt a more pragmatic approach to drugs. Brand showed up to the parliamentary hearing in a black trench coat and tank top, in stark contrast to the dapper politicians. He stressed the importance of addressing addiction as an illness rather than a criminal or judicial matter. That brings us to Lindsay Lohan. It's confirmed Lohan will play Elizabeth Taylor in a Lifetime made-for-TV movie about Taylor's love affair with Richard Burton. Liz and Dick begins production in early June. And good news for American Idol. Well, good news for Ryan Seacrest, the host signing a new 2-year contract worth $15 million a year. And that's your entertainment update.
Football is an aggressive sport, especially for young players, but thanks to the help of one Georgia company, new helmets are available to decrease the risk of head injuries. Some parents say kids are being pushed to be more aggressive in their sports, and concussions are not uncommon. But these athletes have some added protection, soft shell caps made of gel that fit right over their helmets. They're designed to redistribute the energy generated by head-on collisions. These roughly $70 Guardian caps are now being used by a handful of teams around the country. The caps are being used in practice only for the time being, but that's where most of the danger is, where an estimated 90% of all concussions now happen. So what do you think about those helmets, Zach? Could they come in handy?
You know, concussions have been a huge thing, especially for football. It's obviously a huge contact sport, so definitely any you know, things they can do to make that better is certainly a good thing.
Yeah, they sound like a good idea to me.
Definitely.
Well, Zach Glover joins us now with sports. What's going on, Zach?
Well, plenty today. We've had a fantastic day. It's been an action-packed day. Weather's been great in Great Falls as well as around the state. But here in Great Falls, our local tennis teams are out enjoying some of that nice weather, taking on some single-A opponents. We'll have all the highlights after the break, plus some softball and track. Come on back. Sports is next.
Welcome back. The heat, well, it continues to wobble, and then we kind of stumble. We fall by Friday and Saturday. 50s, 40s, quite the change from temps in the 70s. See a bit more shower activity, thunderstorms possible the next couple of days. Capital City seeing a continued chance for showers.
Thanks, Adam. Well, that's all for us tonight. Be sure to join us again tomorrow on Fox 5 News at 9.